Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of DB's Cars, and today's episode I'll be reviewing TribeCar or CarClub Opel Crosslander. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the Opel Crossland or Crosslander, however you call it, from TribeCar itself. So basically this car, guys can see right here, I'll be showing you guys the damages for this car before I show you guys the trunk space as well as the interior itself. So let me just run through the damages for this car, there's any itself. So basically upon first inspection, right there, the only damage I spotted so far that is very obvious is this curve on the rim itself. Unfortunately it suffered some curves right here itself, but other than that, there's no obvious windscreen crack that I noticed on the windscreen itself. Plus, if you also noticed, this vehicle itself, even though it's a TribeCar vehicle, somehow it doesn't have the decal pasted onto it yet itself. So at the time of me filming this, it doesn't have the sticker yet. So probably I think maybe down the road it will have it, because I already reported to TribeCar itself. But I think by then it should have its stickers already itself. So yeah, but let me just run through you guys damages if there's any for these vehicles, which so far there isn't any obvious damage to this vehicle other than that curve rim which I pointed out at the start of the video itself. So overall it's not bad. Overall still not that bad lah. So yeah, let me just show you guys the trunk space if I could. Not too sure whether I can open it safely without hitting the metal bar right here itself, but I'm just going to give it a try. So to locate the trunk button, just right down below the Opel badging, just right down below here. So release the latch and just lift it up. So slowly, alright, just nice. Luckily it managed to clear the railing itself. So yeah, so basically this is how much trunk space you get for this vehicle itself. So I think it's somehow come with the net, which I think you could use the net to hold the luggage in if you want to. Then also there's this partial shelf which you could actually lower it down to have more trunk space itself, which let me see whether I could do it one-handedly itself. So basically it's very simple itself. So basically I think this is the same thing for the Mokka or the Corsa itself. Basically to have more space, you can just lower the shelf even lower, and your trunk space basically just increase by a few liters itself. But only downside is you'll be hitting this part right here itself. So if you want to load stuff through without if you want a smooth transition into the rear itself, you definitely have to load this back up to the height which I showed you guys earlier on itself. If not, then this is the one option you could put it at to have more trunk space in the vehicle itself. So yeah, but if you want even more space, you technically could fold the seat down itself, which by locating the lever right here itself. So yeah, this lever right here, just pull on that and you should technically be able to have more space in the vehicle itself. So yeah, pull the seat down, and the same for the other side itself. But one thing, as you guys can see, the problem is you'll be hitting the seat itself. So that's the only downside for this itself. But if let's say if I were to revert back to its original position just now, which is this height, then you can see that it is okay, definitely do not do that, because there's no thing right at the bottom. Oh sorry, I think I didn't put it right just now, but as you guys can see, it's a smoother floor. So if you want to put more stuff in the vehicle itself but have the ability to if you want to have more space, let's say you're just carrying item, you want to put it within the trunk space, you can just maybe put it to its lower setting. But if you want space to have eat into the rear cabin itself, then probably have to fold down the rear seat and put this seat shelf at the highest position itself. But other than that, that's probably it for this vehicle itself. So to close the trunk, very simple, just need to pull on this lever right here itself, just close it down and it'll be closed itself. So yeah, let me just revert this back to its original position, which is by raising the seat back up itself, just like that. And just need to locate the seat belt thing, and you also have this clip right here which holds the seat belt in itself now. So yeah, that is a little bit troublesome, but yep, managed to locate back to its original position. But before I show you guys the rear seat, let me just adjust the passenger seat itself. Sorry, the front seat, because I think it's definitely too tight for me already. So give me a second. Alright then, now let me just show you guys the rear seat of the Crossland. So basically once jumping into the seat itself, this is not my seating position that I adjusted yet. I just slide it forward because the seat that was last set by the previous rental was too close and I don't really have much space itself. But in the rear itself, basically what you get is you get some seat pocket which you can put stuff in. You also get some storage space right here, which if you want to, you can ask the driver nicely so that you can put your stuff. You also get the same thing on the passenger side. More cubby space right down below here itself. You got window switches and your door handle to get out of the car, and your handle right here to close the car door itself. But in the rear, what else do you get? Well, you don't really get much itself. You get a grab hook to grab hold on to. Use a very nice hook to hook to, let's say you put your cloak hanger, you can put your cloak hanger right here, you hang your stuff. Same for the other side as well. So yeah, also you get some very nice lighting itself, which I think the vehicle is not on at the moment, so you're not able to turn on the light itself. But one thing I feel is a little bit odd for this vehicle itself is you see this very nice swooping, like very flat roof. All of a sudden you get this, I don't want to say big ass bulge, but yeah, you get, it's like technically they could make this roof of the car very smooth and integrate the light very nicely, but no, somehow I don't know why they decided to just make a big ass bulge right here, which make it look very awkward. I would say it's like you see the whole vehicle is very nice until you see this bulge right here, which is like what? I don't know what they're doing, thinking about it. Probably they could, maybe if they could improve it, I would say this is one thing they could improve on for the next generation Crossland itself. So yeah, but in the back you don't really get any, like center armrest or anything right here. The only area you can rest your arm on is that door seal right there itself. But you do get a very nice 12-volt socket outlet right at the bottom, which fortunately, if you're sitting in the rear, I don't think there's any problem. But let me just, so unfortunately I can't really say this is my driving position, because like what I mentioned earlier on just now, I just adjust the seat to have a better entry to the vehicle itself. But one thing I can tell you is my headroom is not too bad. As you guys can see, I got about a fist of, I think maybe a fist and probably 2 to 3 fingers of headroom space in this car, which is not too bad. Plus technically this is an SUV lah, so it wouldn't be any issue itself. If this was a sedan, I think I would almost be touching the roof of the vehicle already. So yeah, but let's move on to the center seating to see how it feels like. One thing you definitely got to excuse is this seat position of the rear, the left hand side seat. But sitting in center is not too bad either, because you get an alright view of the car itself, because the transmission tunnel isn't that high. The good thing is the transmission tunnel isn't that high, so sitting in center won't be any issue itself lah. So yeah, but one thing you do have to take note is like what I mentioned already. This thing, you have to take note of this thing, because I think you were to, let me just show you guys. Yeah, so basically if you were to sit in the center and sit upright, if you were to be slightly taller, you'll be hitting this part, the ceiling, the light itself. And if you just imagine this, if the vehicle goes over a speed hump and you will, I don't know, accidentally you were to bulge up, you will definitely hit this thing already itself, which is the downside for this vehicle itself. But yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else to comment about this vehicle. Overall, I think rear passenger space is not too bad, other than this thing right here, which I mentioned to you guys. I had to keep rambling about this. I don't really like the feature of this center lighting itself. So yeah, but other than that, let me just get out of the vehicle right now itself. So, oh my god. So yeah, let me just get out. I would, to be honest, I would classify this as a mini SUV itself, not like a full-fledged SUV like the Tucson, like the Hyundai Tucson or other SUVs. Oh no, I think the closest rival I can think of this is the Mokka. I don't think this is anywhere near the Mokka. This is like a step down below the Mokka itself lah. So yeah, but before I show you guys the interior, let me just show you guys the key itself, which is right here in my pocket. So basically this is how the key looks like. Basically you got your lock, unlock button and your trunk lift button itself. So basically if you do not want to access, you do not want to press the button on the trunk, you can just press on this and the trunk will unlatch itself. But other than that, key look very similar to the, it's like exactly identical to the insignia itself lah. So yeah, plus I think this should have keyless entry if I'm not wrong. So let's say I want to lock the car, I just press on this and you see that it will just fold in and just basically just walk away. If I'm correct, this should be the same thing as the insignia, where I doubt it will recognize that you put your hand in. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it recognizes that you have the key once you put your hand in itself, so it just automatically unlock it for you itself. So yeah, and that let me just show you guys the front of the car right now. So yeah, stepping right into the car itself is a big problem because doors open do quite wide. Just give me a moment. Okay, let me just show you guys how to adjust the seat and the steering wheel for the vehicle itself. So to adjust the seat itself, for Opel or Vauxhall, there's always the seat adjustment is right on the left hand side, and sorry, it's on the left hand side for the driver, right hand side for the passenger itself. So basically this lever right here, so which you can pull to adjust the seat itself. So yeah, so let me just pull on this to adjust my comfort. So alright, okay, so now let me just show you guys the height. To adjust the height itself, it's basically just this button right here itself, which you can press, and basically the only thing is the front part is going up. I don't know whether you guys can see this, but it's definitely, you can feel it in the front part where it's going tilting up, tilting down itself. So yeah, and this is the angle of the seat itself, so just put on that and you're able to adjust. Oh sorry, this is, sorry, my bad, this is basically adjust the front part, this to adjust the height, and you go lever right at the back to adjust the angle of the seat itself. So yeah, my apologies for that. But now let me just show you guys the wheel. So the wheel itself, basically to adjust it, just locate the same thing as the Mokka, sorry, same thing as the Crossland itself. Basically the levers right here itself, just pull on this and you're able to adjust the steering wheel itself. So yeah, so once done, just lock it in and you have fully adjusted your steering wheel itself. So yeah, alright then, now let me just show you guys the interior itself. So basically interior, what do you get? Well, you get this very nice, alright, I won't say nice, but you get a very, I think this is the same thing as the Mokka and the Crossland itself, where I think trunks glove box space wise is not really the best itself. So yeah, I don't really recommend you to put anything in the glove box for Vauxhall or Opel vehicles itself. Not really the best itself. So yeah, but moving on, you got this very nice center storage right here to put your stuff if you want to. So you got a USB type A port, so you can, if I'm not wrong, this should have wired Apple CarPlay, which I'll show you guys later on. So basically you can just plug in your USB type A to Lightning or USB type C to this port right here, and you should be able to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto on this vehicle itself. So yeah, moving on, you got two cup holders right here itself, and the page which I showed you guys earlier on already itself. So yeah, alright, next side you got your handbrake right here itself. So basically to release the handbrake, just need to press on this button and push downward and you release the handbrake itself. To engage it, just need to pull out and that's it itself. So yeah, moving on, you got your gear selector right here itself, which you can see with all the protective gear right here itself, which you can adjust, and right behind it you got some of the buttons itself which you can press. So basically this is turn off the traction, turn off your, I think this is your blind spot assist, auto stop start. You got your parking sensors and your child lock button right here itself. This I'm not too sure what this does, but I think this should be your tire pressuring, your TPMS button right here itself. So yeah, but moving on top, you just got the same dials as the Crossland itself, which you can adjust the temperature on either side with this knob on either side. Your fan speed right in the center, and you just got front and rear defrost and your recirculation function, recirculate air in the cabin itself, and this turn on the AC itself, and that's it itself. So yeah, moving right on top, you got next side, you got your infotainment screen right here itself with some of the buttons. So basically you got your headlight button right here and your lock and unlock button right here to lock the doors, and you got some of the shortcut keys itself lah, and your volume switch for the infotainment right in the center itself. To turn on or turn off, press the center itself, and that's it. To skip track, it's just these two buttons, and home screen this itself, and to pick up call, just this button itself. So yeah, and that is basically it for this vehicle. Next up, now let me just show you guys the wheel. So the wheel itself, as you guys can see, is the exact same wheel as the Corsa itself. If I'm not wrong, as well as the Insignia itself as well. So yeah, basically you guys got your cruise control function right here itself, and your infotainment on this side. Not gonna go too in depth about it, but basically for the cruise control itself, basically you got a speed limiter and your cruise control itself. So basically to engage it, if I can remember correctly, is this button first. Sorry, this, then this two itself. Then you can set it by pressing downward, and you'll set the speed on the screen itself. So yeah, infotainment don't really have to go too in depth, because you got your volume control switches right here, to mute it right here, to adjust the frequency is right here, voice command, and to pick up the phone if you do not want to reach it for here. Alright then, lastly, just got some of the stocks right here itself. So basically the stocks on this side, you got your indicator stock and your light switch itself. For auto headlight, just need to press on this button and you automatically turn on the headlight itself. So yeah, technically there's also a light switch here, right here itself, which I don't understand why there's one more button right here itself, but oh well. You also got this knob right here to adjust the screen right here itself, which I'll show you guys later on, and your OK buttons right here itself. To flash the high beam, just need to pull back and you flash the high beams. So you can just see on the screen. Let me just, yeah, engage high beam, just need to push forward itself, and disengage, you just need to pull back one time. On the other side, you got your wiper switch itself, so just wiper just go all the way up or all the way down, or one time up for auto wipers itself. And you got your this knob right here for the rear wipers itself. So yeah, and that's all for that. You got two buttons right in the center itself, which is just to check the screen right here itself. So yeah, basically let me see if I could press on that. Nope, I will show that later on itself. But let me just show you the next few buttons. So you got your gauge brightness right here itself, which will adjust the brightness of the gauge. Your light switch right here. You got your front and rear fog light right here itself, and you got this very nice cubby space right here itself. So yeah, and then don't really see much below itself. So yeah, I think that's probably it itself. If I'm not wrong, the trunk release button for the engine itself is right there itself. So yes, it's right on the passenger side. And then you just got last few switches right here itself, which is the window switches right here. Distant people from rolling down the windows, and you got your mirror adjusting right here itself, which is the same thing as well on the core side itself. So yeah, and then lastly, just got sun visor right here with the mirror. Why the light does not probably spoiled already, and which can be taken out as well to swivel to this side as well. So yeah, same for the passenger side. And lastly, just got some of the light fuse switches right here if you want to turn on itself. So yeah, and then I think that's probably it for this vehicle. Let me just turn on it right now and show you guys some of the screen itself. So yeah, hold the brake and hold the stop button, and the vehicle turn on. Alright, my apologies. So basically this is how the infotainment looks like itself. If you go back to the home screen, this is how it looks like itself. Then you can basically just press on this in the park assist, phone right here itself, and there's probably setting. Yeah, you just go through some of the function right here itself. So basically you can sync, and it'll be the same on both sides. Lastly, you can just do this, go into a SU. Basically just touch screen itself, and you can just figure out yourself. So yeah, other than that, I'll show you this screen right now itself. So basically this screen itself, you can just press on this button and just cycle through itself. So yeah, nothing much to show you guys about that. So yeah, other than that, let me see what this does. Yeah, I don't know, that's nothing much as well. So this button does nothing at all. So yeah, probably will just skip it itself. So yeah, and then I think that's probably it for this video itself. So yeah, if you guys want to see, so basically that's all I say for this video itself. If you guys enjoy the video itself, do click the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click subscribe and click my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.